Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play, where we're diving right back into Elite Zoo South to continue our, what I think is progress in the right direction. We've got 500 plus guests right now. We've got money coming in at a, somewhat decent pace, it seems like. And we've got some more animals too, so hopefully we're going to start seeing more donations come through, and that'll really help us kind of bridge this financial gap into the land of, a successful venture, as it were. Now, on the topic of bridging gaps, there's actually a fair bit of literal gap bridging that I need to do this session right off the bat. It's kind of funny to me, actually, that it was within the same session, I talked about how for the crocodiles, I didn't want to put down any islands because it would be impossible for our keepers to clean. And then literally moments later, I decided to make an island down over here and an island over here. Not islands in like the traditional sense, but you know what I mean. They're isolated from connection. So I need to build a couple of bridges, again, quite literally. But before I get into all that, I just want to touch on a couple of things, folks. As always, if you've been enjoying this series and you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. It makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, how I do it. And again, I do enjoy reading through all of the comments. Y'all provide me with excellent feedback, opinions, thoughts, things you've noticed that might have missed my eye. For example, these islands that I built by mistake would have taken me forever to notice potentially. Y'all point out various ideas or references that I can look at as well, and I absolutely love that, just back and forth and whatnot. So do not ever hesitate to leave a comment along those lines or anything like that. And I want to mention as well, actually, we've got quite a few folks who are joining us fresh with Elite Zoo South in Season 2 who haven't watched Elite Zoo North. So I'll mention something that I realize I haven't mentioned in forever. But if you're enjoying the series and you haven't subscribed yet, you might want to consider subscribing. I understand some folks don't like subscribing to channels for whatever reason. That's all cool, of course. But if you were worried about Elite Zoo South having a long life on this channel and that's why you didn't subscribe or something like that, rest assured there will be plenty of zoo love with Elite Zoo South. So don't let that stop you from hitting that subscribe button and maybe even the bell if you would like to get notifications. Release schedule is in our Discord as well. It's in the announcements channel there, so if you're not sure about the release schedule, or if you ever forget it, it's there as well. But it is, again, just as a reminder, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at midnight Eastern Time. Okay, all that busy work out of the way, let's get to some actual work. Sorry, no, actually, one last thing to touch on. Today's session might not have a time lapse. We're entering into this bit of a pattern, which, I'd like to know what y'all think. The pattern being one episode with a time lapse, one episode without a time lapse, 2 episodes with, 1 episode without. It's either that or alternating. Now I can't remember if there is a pattern or not, but you get what I'm getting at. Today might be one without a time lapse. I will try to fit one in so we can have some more decorative elements put down here and there, especially with the food stalls. Your feedback has been clearly noted that the next time we do a beautification time lapse, it needs to be with the sore thumb looking vendor stalls and whatnot. But one thing related to that is I've seen only a couple of comments. It hasn't been an overwhelming push to pushing things down to medium difficulty. So basically, a part of the reason why money is harder to come by, from my understanding, is that we're playing on hard difficulty, and so guests, as you can see, their happiness drops at a faster rate. They're less willing to spend cash. Like, there's all these little things that add up and prevent us from making money as quickly as with Elite Zoo North. Whereas with medium, a lot of the challenges are removed, but the challenge that we put upon ourselves with medium difficulty is making those really, kind of wild enclosures right off the bat. So we could take it down to medium difficulty. I have no aversion to that personally. I like the idea of the extra challenge of hard mode. It's been an interesting handful of episodes, but I understand, of course, folks have different opinions. And after all, the reason why this is a series on a YouTube channel is because I want to make sure it's entertaining for everybody that's watching. So what I'll do is I'll have a pinned comment down below where you can let me know if you think we should change this down to medium difficulty. Again, the upside of medium difficulty is that we can start building more beautified enclosures and more finished enclosures sooner because we'll start making money more smoothly. That's the upside of medium difficulty. The upside of hard difficulty is that was weird. I didn't press anything. The menu just closed. The upside of hard difficulty is that there's more of an inherent integrated challenge within the game that keeps us on our toes. So it's all a matter of what you find more interesting or more entertaining. I'm cool either way because both aspects to me are fun. So I'd love to hear your opinion. Again, pinned comment down below that'll have a link to a poll. Now, the result of the poll doesn't directly necessarily dictate what I do, but it lets me know what people are thinking, and then I can make a judgment call and let that kind of affect my decision. Anyway, sorry, I apologize for the long ramble intro today, but I feel like it's all important stuff that needed tackling or discussing. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of stuff while paused, and then we'll unpause. Because I want to make sure we're making money, so unpausing is going to come real soon. But before we do that, I just want to, again, bridge some of these gaps, right? Let's go ahead. I should be able to, you know what, actually, I don't know if this is smooth enough, but keepers, and I love this. I love that keepers are actually able to traverse like terrain pieces and stuff as well. So they should be able to walk across this and come down over here, and that'll be good. Meanwhile, over here, I want something a bit more constructed, because this is supposed to be more like a shrine space, a garden space. So I wouldn't mind doing something a bit more built. Right, what we can do is we can get this and we can actually lift it up a little bit so the stream passes underneath and just connect you like so. I might need to actually do a few pieces here. I think 2 wide should be enough to allow our keepers to come through. Hopefully, we'll do a test. We'll check to see that they're actually coming, or they're actually crossing the water. I might need to do 3 actually now that I look at it. Go ahead and add a 3rd set. But yeah, we'll do a quick check to see if they're actually crossing, and eventually we'll doll up these bridges a fair bit more as well. Again, make it all feel like it's a construct. But with this done, I am going to hit play and going to start adjusting a couple of things. We'll get a bridge over on this side as well, I think. This enclosure will need some changes done to it. We're right at the edge here, eh? This enclosure will need some changes done to it, but let's go ahead and hit play, hopefully see money accumulate, and hopefully what we can actually do right off the bat is go to animal trading, go to animal storage, and go ahead and pick up the Baird's tapir that I completely forgot I had in storage. Ziania from Elite Zoo North, so that connection is being maintained that I was talking about. Don't need to put her into quarantine. I imagine she's already been taken care of in that sense, right? Let's go ahead and move her over to habitat number 5, which we're now officially going to put the name down. I am going to actually... Now, again, I got some great suggestions, but the original idea itself came with a name suggestion, so I'm going to integrate that because that one still, I think, holds strongest. I want to make sure I spelled this correctly. We've got Pachamama's Garden. Again, tying into the whole Pachamama, mythos and whatnot. And I want to say, again, it makes me really happy to see people enjoy me going on these cultural, historical rants and rambles. It's very much a part of who I am. I love this kind of stuff. So it's nice to see folks enjoying, that angle, that aspect, if you will. And now I want to touch on something else as well. The reason why I have 2 separate speakers as opposed to just one in the center, which I saw many of you bring up, is because one of these is going to be dedicated to the anteater and the other is going to be dedicated to the tapir, and that should hopefully work all right. We'll find out soon enough, I imagine. Now over here, an interesting point was brought up that this kind of seems very unnatural to just expect the llama not to cross. So I do want to sort that out. I wonder if I've got something I can do right away. I've got an idea. Yeah, I suppose this could work for now. Or you know what, let's go ahead and get these instead. If we change the colors, we can get it to look like it belongs in the area, I think. Yeah, I like the grays. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna need to look up color references, but when I think of, like, Mesoamerica, South America, Incans, Mayans, I think a lot about that one specific blue. And hopefully I've got it right in my head. This is going off memory right now, so I apologize if I've got it wrong. But that should... oh, yeah, okay, I've got some plans now. So think of these like... If you've ever been to, like, a walking street... I don't know what, like, their official name is, but, like, a space where cars aren't allowed to enter, but people are. Think of it like that, where little dividers prevent cars from entering. So rather than using the elephant grass to create this artificial blockade, I'm hoping that these, like, distributed pillars will do the job instead, and we can get rid of the elephant grass. We'll test it out first, because this will be a much more realistic... Were you making a beeline for the exit there, buddy? Let's see. Habitat? No, yeah, good. Beautiful. And guests are still able to come through, right? Yes. Wonderful. So to me, I like this. I like the little quote-unquote hack method that we were using earlier as well. I thought that was quite a clever creation. Again, the idea was suggested to me in the comments. It was from Rudy, who is another YouTuber. He uses that as an approach. So just want to, give credit where it's due. I think it's a super cool idea, but for our, like, this I don't like. What I'm hoping for our approach and for what I like to try and do, I like this because it's a bit more realistic, I suppose. I believe that this is actually a barrier that would actually be used and the llamas would actually be stopped. I mean, they're chunky, right? I don't think they'd walk through these gaps. I might need to, like, intersperse or lessen the gap, but I definitely like how that feels. And what I was thinking was we can go ahead and, like, swap the colors out so we have... Again, I need to do a little bit of research here of, like, traditional color usage, but this is what I'm going with for now. And look at that. It's, to me, at least, and I hope y'all agree, immediately brings life to the area, right? Immediately brings life to the area. Now, let's go ahead and make sure both of our animals are satisfied over here. Because if not, we're going to have some problems. Go ahead and move you out. Go ahead and assign you to the Baird's Tapir. And also, let's hope that we are getting donations. Now, the Baird's Tapir, we've already done research on the animal at Elite Zoo North, so that should be helpful. You just taking a picture of the board? I mean, I'm not going to blame you for doing that. God knows I've done it, but interesting to see. Still no donations. Now, what worries me is that it was brought up in the comments that there is a bug, apparently, that prevents donations, which is not good. Which would not be good. Let's go ahead and duplicate that and put that over here as well. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think this method is a nice approach. It's a very... I think it's a much more elite zoo approach, which is to say, like, it again, we try to buy into that realism, right? We try to buy into that realism when and if possible. Of course, sometimes we have to, quote-unquote, break the rules, but when there is a solution, there is a solution. This is all because I think there was one, maybe two comments that were just like, yeah, the elephant grass is just not realistic. And I was like, yeah, I need to reconsider my options also. Oh my god. They're so funny when they sleep. They're just like... Sometimes I feel like this. Sometimes it's just like, you just pass out. Just like, not a care in the world. Especially when you're living in a hotter place. Just, yeah, you get to the park or whatever, you get under a tree, you just pass out like that. Feels good. I can get behind that. What are you protesting? What are you upset about? Francisca is unhappy. Why are you unhappy? Social. Space. Oh, I see what's happened. Right. Okay. That's fair. I need to move this over. Because what's happened is the land that she can traverse has been blocked off. There we go. That's better. Now, with that said, I do still need to make some adjustments over here. They look so similar. It's kind of funny. Ooh. They're so derpy looking. So cute. Like a nature documentary. Now, we've done our due diligence as far as contraceptives and stuff is concerned, so we should be fine. Why are you still upset? You should be on your way out. Francisca is feeling pretty good, so if you could just leave, that would be great. Dude. That's pretty cool. There's hardly any scratching involved, but that's pretty cool. Alright, now, before I forget, as I'm prone to do, it's been pointed out, again, things have been... Oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you unhappy? Brain is fine. Oh, sorry. I need to actually select you. Brain is okay, not enough hard shelter. We'll be fixing that shortly. Everything else is okay. Enrichment? No toy enrichment. Okay, let's fix that. Let's fix that. Apier. Toy enrichment. I do like the plant screen. Go ahead and put that down over here. I'd like to get education boards and stuff over here as well, so getting the animals down here isn't a bad idea either. But yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. Helps a lot. Okay, good stuff. Right, so now, before I forget. This has been a bug for a while now. Where the food... Oh, have they actually just fixed it? The quality of the food in the drop-down doesn't match the actual quality being given. Oh, okay, so they fixed the bug now, it seems. There must have been an update recently. Because there was a mismatch last session, if I recall correctly, at least based on reading the comments. So now, yeah, now we're actually lowering food quality down to level 1. Last session, we actually upped it to level 3 across the board, and somehow we were still able to, you know, continue making a profit. So now, hopefully, that'll be the last little kick we need to get our finances looking okay, right? Do we have you in a work zone? I think I've got my work zones all sorted out. Let's take a quick peek. South America. Ah, did not get the ATMs in there. Good stuff. All right, cool. That should do the trick. The sun has set. Let's get some work done over here still. What I want to do is I want to actually dig in here. Oh, I need to adjust the barrier. I actually want to dig in here so that the animals have more room as a hard shelter, and I might even expand the path and stuff a bit further as well, like the viewing platform area and whatnot, just so guests can get further in and we can expand this enclosure even further, because it's a pretty tight space. I mean, it's funny, I've literally gone from, I think I mentioned this last session as well, I've gone from one extreme to the other, where I used to always have massive enclosures that are way too big for the animals, and now I have this enclosure which is definitely going to be too small. So that's going to be an interesting ordeal to deal with. But let's see if we can't find some good solutions over here without reinventing the wheel. Okay, we've got huge crowds here now. They're, for the most part, covered by education, but I'm not seeing any donations coming through, and that is making me nervous. Guys are pretty happy and all as well. Once I get like a food spot and stuff down in the area, I think that'll help, because when guests are happy, they're more likely to donate. But I mean, this is these guys are pretty good. These guys are very happy. They're happy with how the animal is looking. I would expect to see them drop a donation, but let's see. Let's see real quick, because I'm starting to get a little worried about. Oh, if this is a bug, then that's a problem. Because donations are kind of important. How is money doing worse now than it was doing when the food grade was higher? Nope, no donation from these guys either, eh? Heading over to the snakes. Oh, wait. Nice. Wait, hold on. What? Okay. Within a very quick span, we've made some donations, it seems, that I just missed. Not a lot, but it's something. I'll take it. Cool. Back to work then. Back to work with a little dig over here. On the topic of dig, by the way, I've got some renewed plans for the for the Capuchin enclosure. Many of y'all brought up in the comments, rightfully so, that my initial plans were a little liberal with realism. Let's put it that way. I wanted to have like the Capuchin monkeys in the food court space, like allow them to roam and stuff. And I still think you can do that. I mean, God knows there's parts of the world where Capuchin monkeys roam freely among market spaces and whatnot. But for the purposes of a zoo, I suppose, yes, we should be a bit more cognizant of the dangers of that, I suppose. So I have some evolved plans for what we're going to do in with regards to our Capuchin monkeys and what's going on over here. I'm really excited for it. There's a bit of a construct, like there's a bit of a structure we're going to build, which will have a second floor. So we'll be exploring again our accessibility options and things like that, which I'm really looking forward to doing because I've had something in my head that I've wanted to experiment with for a while. Finally have the chance to do that. But yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a construct over here, which I think at the on the ground floor we'll have words are failing me right now. On the ground floor, we'll have exhibits, I'm thinking, and then on the top floor, we'll have food vendors and just other vendors in general, and it'll have an overlook, like an overlooking view of the enclosure, which will still be a walk-through enclosure. I think a walk-through is fine, but I see what y'all are saying about having food stalls accessible to the Capuchin monkeys. Now, hopefully it'll work out properly. Again, it's something we'll explore when the time comes. I'm letting myself get distracted by future planning, but I'm always too excited. I always just want to share, like, folks, I've got these plans and I can't wait to do them. So I apologize for that. Now, these bins are... Okay, finally made a little bit of money there. I was going to adjust their location. I was like, maybe they're a little too far in, but no, that doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, more crowds coming through. How are the animals feeling about the space now? Zyanya, my lovely. Let's go ahead and label you. And actually, as I do that, it reminds me of something that I should touch on as well. Oh, too much long grass here, eh? Alright, go ahead and adjust that. I'm not a fan of how the long grass looks anyway. Go ahead and make it short grass. There. More short grass. Where is there long grass even? Over here? No? Oh, you know what? Right, up over here. There you go. There you go. Much better. I was wondering, I was like, where is there? Yeah, okay, cool. And I need to get the rock back in, don't I? There we go. I love how the terrain blends. So again, the idea here is it's like a... Like it used to be a construct. What I want to do, actually, is I kind of want to get rid of this. It's a little invasive. Oh, but they look so cute resting here. I don't know, what do y'all think? Oh, another donation coming through. I like that. I like that it looks... There's something about this visual, you know? Of, like, the anteater and the tapir resting here. But then also being able to rest down here and down here if they feel so inclined. So it's like a dig in progress, and we're discovering more parts of the shrine, and we're going to go a little heavier on the archaeological themes as we move forward with like the Capuchin and stuff. I've seen a lot of requests for that, so of course I want to explore those options and explore them correctly. Okay, I need to stop talking about my plans for the future so much. Rest assured, I'm excited. Can't wait to share. Alright, so let's go ahead and put you over there, and let's go ahead and put you over here. Gotta push you in a little bit. Let's go ahead and expand these. And just trying to be cognizant of our financial circumstances as well, right? Pull you out. Yes. Let's do that, and then let's go ahead and get the terrain added in, because I think that'd be a better call. You to expand a little bit over here. And blend you into the side here. Cool. Now, where are my lovelies? There you are. You are happy across the board. Yes. Also, the reason why I wanted to share the space... Oh yeah, look, we've got so much room now. The reason why I wanted the shared space is because it does help the animals' enrichment. And it's something that you don't often get a chance to take advantage of, this interspecies bonus. Because even though a lot of animals can share spaces, only some animals get a bonus from sharing spaces. So when I get the opportunity to take advantage of it, I kind of want to, where it makes sense. And this is one of those opportunities, I think. So it looks like we're not stressing Xianya out or anything either. It was pointed out that they can be pretty shy animals, but it looks like we're doing fine for that. So that's good. And what about you, my good friend? Hungry, are you? Hopefully our keepers are coming through. They should have access to everything they need access to. I could add more feeding spots over here. What's the deal here? No food there. I wonder if I should duplicate this over right now. Why can't I? Obstructed. By what? Okay, let's go ahead and move this over here, maybe. Still obstructed. Really don't like that. Flattened terrain. Obstructed. Okay. Weird. Not very symmetrical at all. I don't like that. Bring you back over here. Cool. We'll sort something out. Food, I mean, get a keeper in here. I don't know if I need another keeper or if I just need to... Oh, you know what? One was already en route, I think. So, the quote-unquote problem was already being solved when I clicked the button. I just need to be more patient with that kind of stuff. I just need to be a bit more patient with that kind of stuff. I want to go ahead and add more of these as well because I want to replace these pieces with nulls. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, okay, he's able to come here as well. We're getting separate food drop-offs for the two separate animals, I think. So let's go ahead and get a food bowl added over here as well. Hopefully the food will start being filled in over there. Alright, let's go ahead and get some more donation bins now, I think. Get one... Oh, we've already got one over here and one over here, so let's go ahead and get the education boards instead. Get you down over here. Like so. Yeah. Hopefully we've got power and stuff over here, right? Got full coverage. Yes, excellent. Got you. And let's make sure we've got the speaker selected as well. Yep. Well, sorry, I don't want to duplicate that one. I want to duplicate this one. Just easier to not have to assign stuff. Here we go. And duplicate you and put you down over here. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a height imbalance. Go ahead and select all of you. No. Get you, and get you. 4 objects. Yeah, excellent. And pull you down. A lot more reasonable. Now let's actually pull this one up, actually. Because the plants are covering parts of the writing, I'm sure. Deselect all that. Deselect you. And I'm guessing... What have I not selected here? Alright. Start that over. 5 objects selected. There we go. And raise you up a little bit. Ever so slightly. Just get you over the fence there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Donations coming through, please? Yes? No? Maybe so? Just want to click on the... What is going on here? What is going on here? See, this is weird to me. Like, again, we had another customer who was super happy. Like, everything's great, right? It's all green. Education, obviously, that stuff takes time. They treasure looking at the Baird's tapir so much that I'm never going to clean my eyeballs, but they didn't drop a donation. And they were standing here, so it's not like there wasn't an education board or a speaker or any of that stuff either. It's really cool seeing the guests interact with our custom benches. Okay, this is really concerning me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if it is a bug, and I'm trying to figure out what we could maybe do to jostle it. Like, do I delete and re-add? Yeah, something to think about. Something to think about. But another thing to think about is actually back over here. What are the guests saying about, yeah, ticket prices? They're great, eh? The kids say they're great. The adults say they're great. These guys, ticket price is good. Good. All right, let's go ahead and add to the ticket price. Up here. Go ahead and let's make it 9 and 8. Let's see if that does the trick. Jumping a little bit, but hopefully that does the trick. Guest happiness is overall, like, guest needs overall are well accounted for. Happiness I need to work on still, but that's an overall culmination of everything. But okay, before I get into that again, research is complete. Good stuff. I'm assuming that's for the anteater. Yeah, and hopefully unlock some stuff for them soon. Yeah, we're fine. I was like, do I need another vet to improve education ratings? No, I think we're fine for now. Go ahead and say hello to you, my good friend. Yep. Need a workshop? No, I do not. We've done all the research already. And what's the deal over here? Zoo reputation to 3 stars. Still working on that. Drink profits. Oh, not bad. It's May. Not bad. And have at least 850 guests. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. What's the deal over here? Are we making money? Yikes. Well, I guess the donations now have been spread out a little bit rather than concentrated, which is why we don't have that single spot of multiple thousands anymore. Income. Donations. Yeah, 2 years ago, 16k. Last year, 17k. This year, if we double this... I don't like that. Let's assume we end up at 7k when June begins. It's 14k. I don't like that at all. These numbers should be going up a lot more, but hopefully now the increased ticket prices will be good for us. Let's go ahead and invest in some of our purchases over here. I wanted it to be exhibits downstairs and food upstairs. Maybe I do it the other way around. Food downstairs so it's easier to get to, and exhibits, people will make their way to exhibits anyway. Or I could do a mixed batch. A little bit of both downstairs and a little bit of both upstairs. That might be the way to go about it. So let's see what I can do over here. It's going to be a building. It's always tempting to use these like... Ooh, yeah, let's actually use this bamboo one. I really like how it looks. Okay, so... We're going to have a little entrance over here. People will come through. I don't want it to be too big or anything. Maybe like 2 blocks is going to be enough space for it. Spread you out a little bit. So guests, again, this will be a building. I don't think I'll be able to build it today as much as I'd like to. We're still just, you know, fumbling around that 10k. But hopefully this will help. So people will come through. There'll be an entrance. You come through, and then we'll have food, drink, washroom, perhaps, and exhibits on this side, or maybe mingled. Okay, sure. And I want to get another water spot up in this area as well. I don't know how busy you are. June, that's all you've made. I could try upping prices a little bit. Let's try 5.25, 5.25, and 5.25, and synchronize across all shops. Every little bit counts, right? I'd like to get another thing up over here. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what the immediate issues are down over here. Now, these guys are perfectly happy. I need someone who's... Okay, thirst and energy. So we can get like a gulpy energy over here, I suppose. Heading to donation box. Oh, thank God. Okay, getting something. Sorry, I know I'm like nervously checking this stuff over and over again, but nervously is the way to put it. Alright, so I would like to get some guest facilities. Again, I don't want to over-invest over here, right? I want to be very careful about that. If we go ahead and get a gulpy energy, I believe those will be cold drinks, right? I mean, where do we get the biggest crowds up over here? This thing, which is a... Well, that's the info center, sorry, no. This thing, flat out drinking, which is water. And I believe Okay, food. Okay. 5 o'clock somewhere. How busy have you been lately? 713 this period. Versus... Okay, so they're about equivalent. They're about equivalent. Let's go ahead and get a water spot, I think. Because we've got benches and stuff already. Let's go ahead and get a pip shot water down over here, for which I will need a name, by the way. I will need a name for this pip shot water. And let's put you right down over here. Line you up nicely, hopefully. Hopefully. Looks like we can rotate you slightly. This is why will anything ever be perfect right angles. Let's pop you down over here. Makes me nervous because it is expensive, but guests are complaining about these things. Good to see the benches being used again. Tired guests. That was in the wrong call. Energy is low for you. Hunger. Yeah, I need to get food down as well. Let's pick what's fitting. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and just go for it. It's about time we get a Mexcelente down over here. Did not mean to pick them up. I hate that it does that. Like, I'm trying to type in here, but it sees the M get pushed, and because I have someone selected, it picks them up. Let's get the Mexcelente down over here, I think. I'm gonna mirror this. I might actually, I don't know about doing a second floor. It takes so much, like, space to do the stairs and whatnot. Ramp, stairs, whichever way we decide to do it. Eats up so much space. Okay, pop you down over here. So, I will need a name for our Mexcelente, as well as for our pip shot water. Now, they are in sort of a central space over here, but they will certainly be, I think they'd be more a part of our Capuchin enclosure than they are a part of our tapir and anteater enclosure, if you're, you know, looking to use that as reference points for name suggestions, as I know many of you often are. Okay, this is finally starting to look a lot better now. I don't think it has anything to do with these things being put down, though they are immediately drawing crowds, which is good to see. I think it's just got to do with the fact that the game has cycled through guests who were not planning on donating here, or guests who have arrived with various amounts of money. I don't know how the game works, but that seems to be headed in the right direction. Made a lot more money this year. Good stuff. I mean, again, our expenses still have some catching up to do. Well, food expenses, I guess we've just dropped, right? Income. Okay. Feeling better, feeling better, feeling better. Definitely feeling better. Alright, very cool, very cool. Now, if I can get a toilet down over here, that'll kind of complete the needs. How could I actually get a second floor here? I'll do like right angles up top. And don't worry, we are still very much keeping in mind the whole, what's the word? Accessibility angle and stuff. So don't worry about that for sure. I have plans. We need to be a minimum this height. Okay. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I've got plans. But not plans we have to explore just yet, right? Again, we have to be a little bit more clever or tactical, I suppose, in our approach here. More vet research complete. Good stuff. More stuff for the anteater, of course. What else? Oh, we have an inspection happening. 5 stars all across the board. That's got to be good for something, right? That's got to be good for something. Guest happiness. Just that one last struggle. And I do wonder if it's just a matter of time. We do need to get a toilet down over here. That seems to be the other common issue. So we do need to get a toilet down over here. I just wonder where I want to put that. In this overall architecture. Again, things can move down the line, right? So that shouldn't be the biggest concern for me. But what is a big concern is actually I need to get some bins. There. And there. Because we know how people are. We know how people be, right? Okay, good stuff. Starting to see some donations come through. Might actually speed time up a little bit. What's the deal up over here? Alright, good. Good money being made over here as well. It is October now, so now this is a lot more reflective of the comparison points I should be making. Really happy with these little pillars as well. Now, actually, before I forget, or rather before I let time go any further, I should really take a look at the animal market and see if we can't get, yes, a male. Not the best genetics. What about Flavio here? Okay. Appeal is not that high either. Man, making it tough for me, aren't you? I should probably get at least a Baird's Tapir over here so we can have some babies. Oh, and actually seeing the M, I should cover this now. So I put M for mother and D for dad, which has been a mistake. I should have done M for male and F for female, but it is what it is. We're keeping the tradition alive from Elite Zoo North. It has been pointed out that I have... Ooh, excellent. That I got rid of the original mother and father, or one of the two, of the roaches, and that I've set up a situation for inbreeding. The reality is that with the exhibit animals, inbreeding isn't really a concern. Now, in the game, it's not a mechanics concern, and I've been told previously that in the real world, because of how these animals tend to live in the wild, they're not... sorry, exhibit trading. Inbreeding is not really an issue for them genetically either, apparently, in the real world. So that's interesting to learn, first of all, but also something we're reflecting in our playthrough. Yeah, things are going pretty well. Education needs to improve, but that's something that's going to, I think, be taken care of as we add more animals and more education boards as a result of that. We can, of course, add more, these education boards, I suppose, around these parts. Feels a lot more necessary now, doesn't it? Which is neat. I like that. What about we put one down over here? For when people are, again, in the building that is yet to be built. Deforestation. How about... Let's see, we're about to go into Capuchin monkeys. I'm not really sure what's exactly relevant, but we haven't done population fragmentations. Let's go ahead and put that down over here, and I'll probably mirror that on this side with something else as well, and hopefully this will help with the education, right? Hopefully, even ever so slightly, I'll take it. Land sharing versus land sparing. I don't think we've got one of those either, so that'll help change the topics a bit. Cool. Money is, yes, looking better. Checking on Christmas. I think I can pick up the pace a little bit. Oh, hold on. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a male Baird's Tapir. Let's get one or the other. I need to get some baby animals in here, so again, we'll be drawing more attention. I'm gonna mark it. Again, if that size gene wasn't so poor, I'd jump on it. It's not the end of the world, actually. I mean, 33%. Let's compare mates and see what we get as a result. Oh, no, that's really bad. That's really setting us up for failure, isn't it? Fertility would be a good end result, but literally everything else would drop significantly, and Francisca's value, like her genetics would be thrown away, basically. I don't think I'm comfy with that. We might as well get like Flavio or Antonio here. Oh, wow. Fertility is kind of low, but not to a degree where it'll stop offspring. Okay. Antonio, I gotta change your name, but let's go ahead and adopt you for 500. That's not bad. From the Minty Gardens. Get you into quarantine. Good stuff. That's our anteater taken care of. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a Baird's Tapir. And this way we can also check to see if we have enough space for all the animals together. Right? Because right now we just have 2 solo animals. Baird's Tapir. We need a male. Salal or Kotal. I don't really want to spend money if I can avoid it. But the game will let me click. Oh god, no, he's terrible. So Salal it shall be from Greenleaf Parks. Alright, end results. This is good. This is not. We can go for it. Below average fertility. Just don't want to jump to any conclusions just out of desperation, you know? Like, if we just give it a little bit more time, we might end up with better options. These guys are all pretty bad. Tempting, tempting, tempting. Alright, I'll give it a little bit of time. Let me give it some time to see if more options come up. And if they don't, then so be it. So be it. Alright, good stuff. Last year we made a lot more money than 2 years ago. Almost double. Over double, actually. So that's a promising trend. That's heading in the right direction. Looks like keepers are able to, in fact, yes, get up over here. So that's good. We can go ahead and put some more bedding down then. Just to, again, further encourage our animals to hide out over here. Elock is about to mate. Let's not miss that. Having a wonderful time. Having a wonderful time. And hopefully that was successful. Beautiful August of this year. Beautiful. Babies, they make a world of difference. They make a world of difference. Draw more donations, draw more guests in. 576, we're doing alright. Happiness. I really wish it was a bit clearer than that. I'm not impressed at all by this view of the llama. You've got to be kidding me. Toilet block is free. Nom delicious. Okay, sure. Thirst. They're thirsty, but they're not going to the drink stall. Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and move Antonio over to Pachamama's garden. There we go. Let's take a look over here. What do we got? Just happiness and good. I'm gonna need some refreshments. It's so hot. Yeah, that's a big thing as well. It's pretty cool actually. I wasn't expecting it to be such a challenge, the temperatures, but it's pretty cool that it is. Definitely adds an extra layer to the zoo. What we have to do for it. Go ahead and maybe put another cooler down over here. Not 0 degrees. I think 20 is fair. I think 20 is fair. And it shouldn't bother the llamas either. What's your temperature? 25, yeah. 25 is good too. That's like my ideal temperature zone, honestly. Alright. Okay, good. Not so good. Only March, though. I mean, it's nice to see this crowd, though, is it not? I mean, this is working out exactly as I wanted to in terms of a viewing platform, which is really exciting to me. Man, I'm honestly so pleased with the approaches we've been taking over here. Alright, Antonio has arrived, our new anteater, who will hopefully be a wonderful and loving dad to a baby anteater soon. Hopefully, we've got enough space. We do. Wonderful. And then babies start coming through as well. It's gonna be interesting. We might need to dig this in a little bit further, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. A lot of talk of bridges this session, I know. Guaranteed that's gonna feature in the title now. I mentioned it so many times. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. This makes me very happy. This not so much, but listen, I'll take what I can get. These guys, I assume, are already making money, but we need some more vendors, right? Because these guys are on break right now, which is fine. We have a staff break room over here, right? Yes, we do. Oh, you know what I don't have though? What I don't have is this setup. There. Because now hopefully they'll know to go up to this break room over here rather than anywhere else. And I should actually buy, like, get more vendors, shouldn't I? Because when these are empty, they're not serving me any purpose whatsoever. They're just sitting there taking up real estate. And vendors aren't that... And these guys are all leveled up. 230 isn't that bad. High workload. I should probably train you up. South America for you, and South America for you. Training them is cheaper, but they'll still need breaks. They'll still need breaks, right? Go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and hire a couple vendors as well. Having a pair of vendors per stall, I find, is like a good way to go about it. Yeah, sure. Yes, immediately got staffed. This immediately... Well, this just got staffed as well. Happiness is finally... I mean, we see this often. It's a false flag, isn't it? It's pretending to be good. These crowds moving alongside the animals, it seems like. This is great. That's working out perfectly. How are the llamas and stuff doing? These guys doing okay? May, June, July, August. Pretty soon we're going to have another baby arrive, or the crocs too, so that's good. Yeah, money's still coming through with the llamas. You taking a... Yep. Every time I want to look at animals, they have to greet me like that. What's wrong with your habitat? Temperature. Temperature is a problem. I thought we were in the right zone. I thought we were in the right zone. Let's see. -5 to 40. Oh, we're at 42 right now. You know what? I might... Let's do a bit more temperature regulation. I think I've done my lovely animals a disservice. And that is also affecting my guests, so like, why not? Right? There. Add some cost, but hopefully that'll, long term it'll be better than worse. I'm so pleased with these. I know they're so simple in terms of the addition they are, but I'm so pleased with these. They just brought so much more life to the space immediately. This is great too. People are getting their education. Good. That's solid. 70%. See, this is why I like hard difficulty, because the challenge is inherent to the game design itself, and I'm having to do things that I might otherwise not do in order to just, you know, survive, so to speak. So that's why I like the hard difficulty quite a bit, actually. But again, I understand if some of y'all are not so thrilled about it. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Walking around the birds, tape your habitat, and it's great. Oh, do they actually consider this to be a walkthrough? Because I don't mind if they get the extra benefit of that feeling. The animals seem to be doing okay as well. Where is the... There he is. Or I should say there she is. Actually, on that note. On that note. Buddy got picked up. That's fine. I wasn't, like, particularly attached. Now, I don't want to get a male from Elite Zoo North as well, because then, of course, we'll have inbreeding, right? So I have to get one from the marketplace. Just in case you're wondering what's going on there. Money is looking good, finally. Actually, it looks like we've tipped the balance in favor of success. Let's go ahead and speed time up a little bit, just to see how that continues. August, we'll get, again, a new baby, so that'll be good. I have not blocked this viewpoint, by the way, because this donation box does get donations, and we've seen... I'm sorry, that was too cute. We've seen people now start to push through because we've got more stuff going on over here. We've seen people not kind of dally up there anymore, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Don't need a workshop, thank you. Vet research complete. I assume the anteater, of course. Nothing else to really research. Good stuff. Good stuff. And eventually we'll be able to, and again, once we get more of those exhibits down as well, right, we'll be able to make some good money off of them too. It was that sustainability. But I really want to build this entire space up in a time lapse. Let's get a toilet down. I think that's a good idea. Because that's the other thing we've seen relatively consistently be a problem over here. It was good while it lasted. Yeah, let's get a toilet down. Here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and get the toilet block put down on this end. We have one more spot for something else in here. Maybe that's where the exhibit goes. Or maybe the exhibit goes right down in the middle, like we have one in the middle up over here and then more up top. Still have to think about it. Well, again, the good thing is that we can move these. If I'm planning on moving them around, if I'm dissatisfied with how they look right now or where they're placed right now, I can move them. Which is really helping my anxiety. I have that thing where it's just like, things need to be perfect the first time around, which is, as you can imagine, with a game like Planet Zoo, a bit of a challenge. Copy down over. We could make this a little bit bigger, I suppose. Buys us some more room. We could do some more fun stuff, sure. The angle doesn't. Do I want to? Do I need the extra room? What does it do for me? Not much. Let's not. There, let's pop you down over here. Done. Now, money had dropped there momentarily, so, you know, that is what it is, of course. But happiness, at least, is more consistently staying up now. I do need to get a security camera down over here. And again, we'll be having a building here soon. Let's get one of these down for now. And I will, I'll place it differently once the structure has been built. Because that's obviously going to make a world of difference to how this entire space looks. There we go. Now security shouldn't be a problem in the area either. Ooh, actually. It is quite a big space, isn't it? It is quite a big space. Let's go ahead and get one. I don't want to put one up over there. We'll wait until the walls get done. How bad could it be, right? We got a security guard roaming the area as well. We should be fine, I think. We should be fine. Yeah, I think we're okay. Well, we haven't seen any, like, pickpocketing or anything lately. Money's looking good. Oh, hey, it's November. That's the downside of playing at the speed, at the heightened speed. Where's our baby? Elok, where is your newborn? Or Elok, sorry. That's not your newborn, though it might be, just not the right kind. Budiwati, food has arrived, you should be fine. What are we looking at? Ajij, Budiwati. Oh, I should put on contraceptives, actually. Just realized. Right, I have to do it through this screen. I just wish, like, just because she's young doesn't mean, whatever. It's fine, I get it. I get it. So Citra and Budiwati. Budiwati or Budiwati? I'm not sure. But Citra is our newborn. Super young. Genes are looking pretty good. Fantastic. Fantastic. These jeans would make good shoes if you catch my drift. Oh god, it's horrible. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's good. I'm happy to see more good quality animals coming through. Now again, we're not in desperate need for conservation credits or anything. But it's just good to have higher quality animals. It should help with our ratings and stuff. We actually have 600 guests now, so we've crossed another threshold there, so that's feeling pretty good. Guests are coming through over here. We're at about 9k. Let's go ahead and speed time up a little bit. I want to be at a good financial spot by the end of this year and by the end of this session, because next session I definitely want to have a time lapse, obviously. And we're looking to get there. We're looking to get there. 10k, still hovering around that. Obviously the new hires are taking some money. But close to the end of the year, I just wanted to see 1,800, 1,500, about 400 over here, about 800 over here, 700. Okay, good numbers, good numbers. Nothing over here, so this has been useless to me. And same over here. Though we did see get donations previously. I guess it's just not doing the trick right now. Fair enough. These guys are getting their education over here. I do wonder if I should put more donation bins around this space. I don't know if that's necessary, but something to think about. It just occurred to me that my work zones need to include toilets. Oh. What is causing... What are we looking at over here? Wow. Seriously? This... Oh, New Year. Okay, I was like, what? New Year. Okay, so we did make more money last year than the year before. But where did we have trouble? Income was better. Ongoing expenses. No refunds. Wages went up a little bit, of course. Animal food went down. Okay. Our costs went up, of course. Added more coolers. Facility running costs, of course. That makes sense. Scenery. Okay. And taxes have stayed the same. Okay. Not too bad. I do wonder if it's time for an ad campaign, folks. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should we get an ad campaign going? And that way we can maybe cross like a 750 guest threshold or something like that. I think that'd be good for us. Whoops. I think that'd be good for us in the long run. Cost a little bit, unfortunately, but... What is this? Looks like little hunks of meat. Oh, it is. I mean, I guess that makes sense. They are anteaters. They eat meat. That makes sense. Just never thought I'd see it like that. Vet hasn't visited in a long time. Literally just about to arrive. Right? Hopefully. No, this is a research visit. This is a research visit. Oh, that's creepy. I'm gonna go ahead and change my staff assignment over here. Our vet. No work zones for you two. Roam free, and hopefully we'll get better work done that way. All the vet over here. I think that's the right way to do it. Just trying to get over this hump, this 10k hump that we're trying to get over. And for all intents and purposes, well, I guess what's happening is I'm making a profit, but then I've been immediately spending it, right? That's what's been happening. But in turn, that has been providing me with better, like, donations and stuff. Happy to see the llamas looking so healthy. Isn't much to see in the zoo. Actually, that reminds me. I think there's plenty to see in the zoo. Let's go ahead and see what people are saying about the ticket prices. Ticket price is good, says the child. Says the adult as well, and the other adult. Good stuff. This adult and this adult. Cool. Ticket prices are still good. Well, that means that the ticket prices are not good. It means the ticket prices can go a little bit higher. Let's go up to 10 and 9. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Animal welfare is good. The saltwater crocodiles are still the most appealing. Zoo rep is at 2.25. It used to be at like 2.1, I would call it, but we're finally seeing some good, reputation results. Income is looking good as well. Yeah, we're very much, yeah, just getting there, right? Happiness has now suddenly dropped, which is a bit of a bummer. I wonder what that's about. Guest needs happiness. Why are you so upset? I had more money than that. At some point, I must have been pickpocketed. Crime is still a thing, eh? This is just talking about how crime isn't a problem. What are you saying? Wow. Wow. The serial pickpocketer in right now. Alright. Everyone was happy about our overall security coverage. There's just these handful of blind spots, which I didn't think I'd need to fill out so immediately, but some people just can't behave without the panopticon, I suppose. The panopticon, those of you that don't know, I'll probably be butchering this explanation. I learned it in university, so it's been a little time. But the idea is it's a type of prison layout, which has been furthered to explain human behavior. But basically, it is a... this is actually a perfect example. So it's the idea behind the panopticon is that you can have prisoners all in a space, and I believe it's typically shown as a circular space, and you can have one guard tower in the middle, a really tall guard tower from where the guards can look down in every direction and watch every prisoner that's going around them. And that's the only guard tower you will need to make sure the prisoners all behave appropriately, like they don't break the rules, the prison rules and whatnot. And if I recall correctly, the idea is that you don't even need a guard there. Just the idea that you're being watched is enough to make you behave properly. Yeah, again, I might have butchered that explanation because the last time I spoke about or had to do any writing or reading about the panopticon was many years ago now. But yeah, it's just funny to me putting this security camera down and thinking about the panopticon at the same time. The idea being guests are being watched, or at least they think they're being watched, so they are likely to behave properly and not steal from their fellow guests. And actually, that's a theory that's often applied to security just out and about in the world. A lot of CCTV cameras that you see in, well, anywhere, a lot of those CCTV cameras don't actually work. They're just cameras for show to convince you that someone's watching you and, you know, making you behave appropriately because you feel like you're being watched and so you can't misbehave. Anyway, enough of that ramble there. Hope y'all don't mind, but this is looking good finally. Proper donations over here. So this is finally, yes, coming to... Oh, yes, I like to see that. Yes, I love it. Beautiful. As I'm investigating just those donations flowing through. That's amazing. All right, I'm feeling good. Happiness is up again. Hopefully security will help. We're at 600 plus. Money is looking good. We're at 13k plus. 1300, can you imagine? Money's looking good. I feel like next session we'll be able to build this little construct and that'll bring in some new exhibits for us as well. I really want to get that second floor going, mainly because I have this idea that I want to execute over here. Hopefully it'll work out nicely. We'll have a nice upstairs viewing platform to look upon the enclosure over here, where we'll have the capuchin monkey. So this kind of becomes a tropical-esque... Yeah, I think I'll move the food and stuff upstairs, because then guests will be going to the food, traveling through the exhibits and stuff. Yeah, I might move all this stuff upstairs and make this bottom floor feel like that kind of bug house or whatever that many of y'all have been pointing out. But for that, I just feel like we need it to be bigger for that feel. Don't want to be too wasteful of space. I suppose we could go another block down. But I think that's what we'll probably be focusing on next session, just getting a nice construct going on over here. Because that, I think, will really help us in terms of our finances, because, again, we'll be able to every so often check in for newborn exhibit animals, put them into the trade center, and then dive on into exhibit trading and go ahead and make another, however many $100 every time we do it. And that is where the comfort level comes in, where we start really pushing the limits. Folks, this is where we're going to call it a session. Hope you all enjoyed this one. Again, a slightly differently paced one, but I think we're going to start very soon getting to the point where time-lapse free episodes will be a less frequent occurrence, because, yeah, we're at 15K now, which means that apart from when we build, we are making a sizable profit. It's only June. We're looking at about 3,500. So, about 7K in profits this year, which is very promising. Very, very promising. So I guess, what, ultimately we've bridged not only physical gaps, but also financial gaps today. We're doing pretty good. Just chilling over here. Back to the audience. Doesn't want to be bothered, just wants to take a nap. Such a cutie. Where's my Baird's tapir? There you are. They're so cute, and their babies are extra cute. Actually, on that note, one last thing to very quickly check, just in case. No. Nothing. I got nothing. Maybe next session we'll have a good Baird's tapir to pick up. That would be nice. So, fortunately, we haven't come to any desperate measures, I would say. We did pretty well today. I hope you all agree. I hope you all enjoyed the session. Again, if you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of. Let me know if I've been rubbing you the right way with these episodes, or perhaps the wrong way. Either way, let me know, because it does make a big difference. But, I'm feeling so good. We're at 16K now. This is good. This is good. As what, the sun sets, or as a cloud covers the sun for us? It seems the sun is setting. Well, so too must the sun set on this episode, folks. Hope you enjoyed. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.